been a little crazy out there, and you guys are starting to get busy again, and we love that. We have a special guest, and his name is Andrew Morin. He is called the KVCore Yoda. The KVCore system is a very robust, free system website with lots of things that you can do within it that is given to you by EXP when you onboard. And he is going to share a little information. This is going to be an interactive meeting, so he would love for you guys to sign into your KVCore. If you are brand new, welcome to EXP. We are super excited to have you. And you don't have your EXP KVCore yet, go ahead and just follow along. This is recorded, and you will be able to find this video once you get your KVCore, and you will be able to go back and take the steps that Andrew is going to share with us. So if everybody can get signed in, and then there is a link to a document in the bottom left chat box, that would be great. And then I am going to introduce Mr. Andrew Morin here to present to you KVCore and a little bit about Chat GPT. We're kind of coming up in the world, and we've got a lot going on with that area, and so he's going to touch on that as well for you.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me, Denise. I'm super excited to be here. It's going to be amazing. I love sharing. I've done it a couple other times in a couple other state rooms, so it's super fun. Like she mentioned before, if you don't have your KVCore open, make sure you have it open on your computer when you're following along. If you have ChatGPT, go ahead and open up ChatGPT as well. We'll get to that in a few minutes. I'm just not going to spend much time about myself. I was a scientist, for about 15 years. I got my real estate license. I was in the military medical scientist, did a lot of crazy stuff all over the world. I went back to school, got a digital marketing and business, MBA in digital marketing and business. I've been training KVCore in marketing for a little over 6 years now. My last two brokers before I found EXP Home, I was the trainer there, and I love offering one-on-one help if anyone needs it. And that's pretty much, I'm not going to waste any more time on myself. We're going to get right into it. I do tend to go really fast, so I apologize ahead of time. If I go too fast, slow me down. Someone can yell at me, say, how did you get here? How did you do that? And we'll go through it. First, we're going to talk about KVCore real quick. We're going to set up some of the basic systems. We're going to show you how to use it. I'm going to show you how to get free leads using the system in KVCore. Then we're going to tie it into ChatGPT using artificial intelligence and how to use that with your KVCore, and it's all the free stuff. I'll show you one or two things if you want. Other than that, if we have time, if we have the time, we can get into that, but we'll want to make sure we get right into it. So when you open your KVCore, if it looks like this in the top left, there's these three little lines. If you click on those three lines, it opens up your dashboard. As we start jumping around, go here, click lead engine, web IDX, all that. When we start jumping around, that's how you find it. The other thing I want to do here on the far right top, it has your name. The first thing you want to do is click on your name and go 4 down or 5 down and click My Profile. So once you go to your name and you click your name and then My Profile, what you're going to do is going to pop up your profile and you're going to hit Edit Profile here. All right, now this is where we're going to start talking a little bit about marketing. So if you set up yourself correctly, you're going to start to stand apart from other brokers and other brokerages, other agents, everything like that. So this is where you start to show who you are. Underneath your name, it has a little role, it's called. If it says realtor in there, you need to change that, okay? As a marketer, everybody knows you're a realtor. It's all over your social media. Hopefully, nobody cares. You just have to get over that. So you need to put something. What would set you apart? So this actually pops up right at the top of your website. So we've helped people who were race car drivers when they weren't doing real estate, and they put the fastest realtor in Texas. We've helped people who were master scuba divers. They put the deep dive realtor. I put soldier scientist because that's what I did for a long time. Anything that's going to set you apart to show you're different is going to make it better for you. So when people come to your website, I have tons of people who send me a message and say, what the heck's a soldier scientist? How does that even work? And I have a conversation, having discussions about what it is. So when I get into real estate and we start talking about what they're looking for, the home they have to sell, etc., we've already had that connection. We've already built that relationship of trust a little bit. Remember, people work with who they like, love, and trust. This gives you that chance to build that like, love, and trust up at the beginning. So it's a really important. The other thing is your social media sites, all that in here. If you have a lender, if your lender is not in KVCore yet, I'll put the link in that sheet that I shared the link for. You can put your lender in here, and then your lender will not only be on your website, but every time you get a lead, your lender gets a copy of the lead. This is very important, right? So the reason this is so important, as we, the market's getting harder, starting to get better everywhere, including Texas, which is amazing. We love it. But if you start getting leads, like I get 40, 50 leads sometimes per day, if I can't call them all, or if they have, of course, campaigns built and everything, if the campaigns aren't catching them, if I'm not calling them, my lender at the same time is reaching out and calling them. He has a CRM at the same time, Manny here, and we double tap all our clients that way. So this way, every time I talk to him, every time my lender talks to him, remember his message are different than mine. They might connect with his message better. They might connect with my message better. And then when I talk to my client and say, hey, I'm going to send you to my lender, Maniakian, they're like, I remember that guy. He reached out to me. It gives you substance and good validity for when you're shooting that way. So it's important to do that. If you speak any languages, please put them in here. I speak Laotian and Thai. So if you speak Spanish, French, Italian, German, anything cool, put your languages in here. Because if someone searches, like if they search Thai speaking realtor in San Antonio, this is on my website. So where we are, Sherry, if you go to the top right, you click on your name, you go 5 down to my profile. Again, you guys, I know I'm growing faster. We want to make sure we get everything. And that's where you put it. Make sure you have a bio. Your bio on your KVCore on your website, it says about me. If you just click it and it goes there, it'll be a blank page. It looks very unprofessional. You don't want to look, I call it being a cheesy agent or a secret agent. So the lender's info, Sherry, you'd have to get the lender's info yourself, and I'll put that on the sheet where you can add a lender. I'll show you guys after in a minute. Now, signature here, of course, put your signature. Don't overdo the signature block. Just cut and paste it from your email. You don't need to build a whole new one. Make it simple. And that's your whole thing. This is very important to get your profile done. It sounds silly, such a simple thing, but all this is a direct feed to your website. If you get your profile done and you have your website in there, it'll be awesome and you'll be good that way. Okay, so that's the simple website. I know I went fast, so that's I call it your homework. That's your first homework to do, is to go through and get your website done. The next thing I want you to check is right here where it says Web and IDX on the left. Again, if your sidebar is all squishy, click on these 3 lines, it'll expand it. And then you're going to go to Web and IDX and you're going to click on it. Once Web and IDX opens, again, none of the drop downs, just Web and IDX. To the right of your picture, it says Service Area and SEO. You may have 0 there, or you may have none. That's okay too, if it has 0 or none. All you're going to do is go right here and click View Edit. And once you click View Edit, it's going to open up your service areas. If you only have 5 or 6, what you're going to do is click Remove All, and then you're going to click Add All Service Areas from the MLS. Once you do that, you hit this little wheel that I'm touching, and it's a little refresh wheel. When you hit the refresh wheel, it's going to add every service area you're in. And I know a lot of you are saying, there's no way I'm driving so far. Like Alice, Texas is 3 hours from me, 3.5 hours. I'm probably not going to drive that far. But because I'm adding these to my service area, this shows up on my KVCore as an area I cover. And now if somebody Google searches homes for sale in Alice, Texas, they now find me using these keywords, or your search engine optimization score. So I gave you a copy of the keywords. They're right here. Keywords for buyers and sellers and page text. All you're going to do is copy these keywords and you're going to drop them here in your KVCore. Let me move this closer. You're going to drop the keywords right here in your KVCore, and then you're going to do the same for the page text. And then you're going to drop the page text, and then you're going to hit save. You do have to do it row by row. You can't jump ahead and just paste everything and hit save, save, save. So I know it's a pain in the butt, but you got to make sure to do this. This will get you tons. I get 1 or 2 free leads. I just got a selling lead, a seller this week from someone on my website clicking these keywords and getting a free home valuation. It's very simple to do this. And then, so you don't need to email this after the chat. It's right here. It's right here in the wording. If you click on the link where it says click for all the documents for today, your link is right there. So if they need to send it over, your broker can send it to you. And then here it is, all your keywords. Now the other place this shows up, if I click on my name in the top right, and I go 3 down to the world and open the world, at the bottom of your website, once it loads here, I'm going to just go down towards the bottom. Towards the bottom of your website, it says right here, areas we cover underneath your blogs and stuff. And see, I have all my 299 areas in here now. Now, of course, I'm not going to go to that many places. But I live in, say, if I live in Boerne, Texas, right here, and I open up Boerne, the reason you have all the areas, I know I'm trying not to go too fast, Patty, sorry. And then, yeah, and it will be recorded, yes. So this is where it is. Once you click on that, the areas you cover and you pick an area, it shows the most popular, the most expensive, and the least expensive home in that area. And then if you scroll down, it breaks down the town based on the county stats. And then it shows the health, like this is in the current month, so there's no real data on it. But it shows the health in Boerne, Texas. We have a great market health right now. This is a great area to buy and sell. And then right here, as you can see, it's the price reductions have gone down. Of course, at the beginning of the year when the market was tougher, we had more price reductions. This has changed. So now if you have a client, this might say Spokane, Washington, whatever you want it to be for your area. And you show the most popular, the most expensive, the least expensive. You can just grab this link and send it to your client if they're thinking of buying a home in Spokane, Washington. This automatically updates every 5 minutes from the MLS. So all these will change automatically. Okay. And I'll repost the link. Give me 1 second. And then here it is here. So the main thing here is that this gives you data to share. Now, the most popular home in Boerne right now was this home. And this is based, and of course, it's not my home, which is fine, but it's Keith or Sotheby's. It's based on how many people are looking at it on the MLS. So if I wanted to advertise this home, of course, I asked the agent for permission. And then I go ahead and click this little middle button here. And what that button does, as it opens up and you can see, this turns it into a single property squeeze page automatically. And then I can just grab this link here and start putting it into my social media. Now I'm just going to show you how to do it and not really do it because I don't want the agent to get angry with me. And this would be if you have any of your links, any of your EXP listings from anywhere in Washington. So right here is my post. You just paste that link in there. And then you see as I paste it, it makes this preview. And then I would delete the preview. You have to highlight the whole preview together to delete it for. Okay. And the link I'm looking for was when I was on this page here where you clicked on the city and it opened up that city. Then you click on the middle picture right here. This is the link. And then you're going to grab that URL. This is called the URL at the top. And you're going to grab that. And then I paste it in here. When it gives me a preview, I highlight the whole preview and delete it. You can't do it letter by letter. You have to highlight the whole thing or it'll get rid of your link. And then you would say something like, are you interested in, have you wondered what the most popular home in Spokane is? Here's a free digital view of it, whatever you want to call it. I call it a virtual tour. Here's a free virtual tour of the most popular home in Boerne, Texas. And boom, and then I drop it in there. So what happens when people are looking at this home? They can look at 3 to 4 pictures and then it automatically makes them sign in. They can't just keep searching for forever on your website. Okay, so it's a single property squeeze page and it has a built-in capture, it's called. So you're hooking them. Okay, so in marketing we call it a hook. Some people call it whatever you want to call it. So you're hooking these people. So your message would be something simple. Have you ever thought about, would you like a virtual tour of the most popular home in Washington or Boerne, Texas? Click below to get your free tour. Boom, they click it, it opens up, they start looking, and then boom, it grabs them. Now, if I was posting this for real, right here it shows the listed agent. It doesn't say you're the listing agent, so don't worry about that. We're not going to try to cheat anybody. But it does show that I'm your agent, and then it has everything here. So this is a really easy way to go through and to add these keywords in page text. Again, we went to Web and IDX. Once you went to Web and IDX, you're going to go to Service Area and SEO, View Edit, and then you're going to add all. It's only 5 or 10. You're going to remove them. Then you're going to add them all. Then you're going to hit this refresh wheel, and this refresh wheel refreshes everything for you. And then you're going to put in the keywords in page text based on these keywords in page text. What these are the highest search engine optimization keywords that Google is looking at right now. I check them every now and then and refresh them, and these are for buyers and sellers, All right, so that's the easiest way to do this. And I don't know anyone, I've only helped 2 or 3 people in Washington set up KVCore correctly. So very few people are doing this. So you have a huge market. If you're posting every day and you're doing that, it's going to be great. You're going to have an opportunity. Now, where would you post this free post? You post it here, of course, on your business page or your personal. If it's on your personal, you tag your business page. And then after that, you're going to share it to the Facebook groups. The groups is where you're going to get your free leads the easiest. Everyone knows you're a realtor again. You can share it there, but it's not going to be as good. And then you want to share it to the groups. Those are where you make your money. If you don't have, you should be able to share it to 10 to 15 groups a day. If you've never shared it before, only start with 8 or 10 so Facebook doesn't think someone hacked you and is spamming, because that's what happens to a lot of people. They get put in Facebook jail if they've never done it and they start just going crazy. So make sure you slow down. You only add 8 or 10 a day and you send it out there to all those groups. So if I was posting this on my paste, after I'm just going to click post to show you how to share to a group. Once it's on your Facebook and it's shared, let me grab it real quick. You just go right here and you hit share, and then you're going to go right now, share to a group. And then you would just pick the home. Like I'm going to pick this one right here. I'm going to share it to that group. And there it is. And I just shared that post to that group. And that was one for the day. So that's where you do it. That's one of the easy free ways to get a free link by doing it here. Now this is pulling from your website, of course, like we talked about. Now, if you wanted to just get different homes and be able to advertise, okay, good question, Jody. I'll get to that in a second. You can go here to listings, company listings, and it opens up. And when you go to listings, company listings, it shows all the listings in EXP that are active right now. And then in Texas, our state broker already gave us permission to advertise each other's listings. So talk to your state broker, make sure it's okay with everybody, depending how they do it there. And then I would just go here, say I wanted to advertise this home. I know Dayton, he's a great friend. You just click on the name of the home, the address, and when it opens up, to the right side here, it has what's called a direct link. This is the same link I just showed you. This is a single property squeeze page. It's already in there. It's already built in. You don't have to worry about it, okay? So there it is. And then you would just click on these 2 squares to copy it, and then I would be able to share this home out there again. Now, talking about the type of groups we recommend posting to, good question. So again, when you go to your main Facebook page, on the left, you're going to see groups. If you don't see it, click see more or see all, and you'll see groups. And then once you open groups, once it loads, you're going to search the groups, something like Washington State or Washington or Spokane home for sale or rent. Like I searched San Antonio homes for sale or rent, like right here's a good one. This is a group that has 49,000 people in it. So you imagine if I posted this group, there's tons of people that see my posting. I get a lot of great leads out of this group. So you would search, like I just know Spokane, but whatever state, whatever cities in Washington, you would do Spokane, Washington, homes for sale or rent, whatever you want to load in there, you would post. Now, if there's no groups that meet what you're looking for, then you can create your own group right here by just click create new group. And you just click it right there and you create your new group. Now, if you're going to create groups, you want to think. All right, so I'm not sure, Sherry, we'll have to find out. So if you're going to create your own groups, what are people in Washington worried about? In Texas, it gets really hot. This week, we're going to be literally in the low hundreds. It's going to be terrible. So I wish I had a pool right now. So if I was going to create a group in Texas, I would create homes for sale with pools. And I would put listings, all the EXP listings that have homes for sale with pools, and I would drop those suckers in there. And every day I would put 2 or 3 more homes. And then when people search Google and they'd say, hey, I need a home with a pool in Texas or San Antonio, whatever. And then boom, it would pop open and they would find my Facebook page. Because remember, my group is now the keywords. The search engine keywords would be the name of my group. So that's how you would tie your group into that. So it's really important when you do that to help it. Like right here, the San Antonio Homes for Sale, that's a great group. And I just posted there. So they have a lot of different groups. Right? So that's really, really important. You got to pick your keywords, pick your groups, and if they don't have any, I'm not sure how the Washington market is, of course. So whatever you're thinking you would help you in your market, what are people worried about more? Are they worried about getting a fireplace? Are they worried about being on the ocean? Are they worried about having views? whatever it is. So if you need oceanfront properties, that would be an amazing group in Washington, I bet, because I know you have a beautiful ocean there. So anything like that that people would hit, depending on your price point, of course, those would be more luxury buyers, and that could be another group, luxury homes for sale. Or you could do like you could do wild, I would call it maybe the wild Washington homes, and find the most expensive multi-million dollar homes and have it really fun and have a crazy group where people just go to look. And remember, where are you going to get the homes? You're going to go to the MLS, get permission, and then here where it says listings, if you don't, right now I have it, any listing right here, you would click on the address of the listing and it would open up, or you could put in the address or the MLS number, and then you're going to grab this home right here, which is the single property squeeze page. And I would just drop that link in my group. It'll create the preview. You highlight the whole link and you delete it. Very simple, very easy. Now, the other thing you can do for free, this is a Chrome plugin, okay? And if you go to my YouTube channel, we don't have time to show you how to plug it in because I want to get to other stuff. If you go to my YouTube channel, just search Andrew Moore and EXP, and then search for the playlist for KVCore. I have a couple different playlists in there. Just find KVCore, and feel free to go have fun there. And then once you go to my YouTube channel, you can see how to install. It's called the Craigslist plugin. So for example, if I wanted to advertise this home right here, this is actually in Bernie right down the road, so I do. All I have to do, I like to copy the MLS number and then hit post to Craigslist. And you can see if you have the plugin installed, it actually does everything for you. It puts it, it gets the pictures, it loads it in the right spot, it does everything. And there it is, ready to post. It took 30 seconds. And then all I do is edit it to get rid of my name and put the phone number in there, so it's correct. And then that's literally all I have to do. I'm just going to change the phone number to mine. I want them to text me. And now they're going to text me the MLS number when they see this Craigslist post, because I want them to reach out to me directly. And then I just hit publish. So that's another way you can go through. Let me just log in to get this posted. It's another way you can go through to get free leads. So the first one is to get those single property squeeze pages, share them out on the free Facebook stuff. And then after you do that and you share it out, you can install the Craigslist plugin. And then boom, right here. Thanks for posting. We appreciate it. I'm done. I just had to make sure I was logged into my Craigslist. That's simple. That's 2 easy, free ways to get leads. All right. Now I want to show you another way you can start to show yourself a little different than other agents. So before we get sidetracked, if you go back to the sheet, the Google Drive sheet that I shared with you, there's a spot right here that says photos for everyone, and it's unsplash.com. These are free, non-copyrighted photos you can use for anything you want. And I'm just going to click on the link to open it up. And then I might want to search, I don't know, like let's say Washington State would be my search. And then once it loads, I'm going to see what pictures are there in Washington State for free. And then once it loads up, see the first 2 rows are paid, so don't click on the first 2. And then I'm going to go right here. And like this is a beautiful picture. Here's a good hiking picture. I'd find a picture that I like. In the bottom right, it has a down arrow. That's how you know it's one of the free ones. And you're going to click on the down arrow, and you're going to download the picture and just drop it into your downloads. Now, the reason we're doing this, I guess I should explain that before we get too far. The reason we're doing this, if you're on your website, you want to be able to have your website stand apart from other people. So every time someone goes to my website, I have a different picture that's going to automatically load up and show my website a little different. So it's going to stand out. And these pictures should be something that sets you apart. So I'm a research scientist, a biologist, and I grew up in the country. So here you see I have some like country fields. I have certain animals. I have military stuff show up. Anything like that that sets you apart, that would show who you are. So what makes you, what's your culture? Where are you from? What would be important for people to ask questions about you? I have lots of clients that go to my website and they send me messages and say, hey, why the heck do you have, I have snow on my picture because I grew up in Maine. Like, why do you have snow? You're in Texas, it doesn't snow. And I have a great conversation about where I grew up, my family, and then we can have that conversation like that. It's a really good way to get through to people and to share some information. So the way you share that picture, after you go here again to Unsplash and you find a picture you want, in the bottom right, you click on it and you let it download. And then once you have it downloaded, you go back to your KVCore And on the left, you're going to click Web and IDX one more time. Just Web and IDX, none of the drop downs, and it's going to open up. And you see right next to your name in bold at the top, to the right of that, it says Edit Settings. So again, next to your name in bold, to the right, it says Edit Settings. And you're going to click that Edit Settings button. All right, and then once you click on that, it's going to open up your settings. You're just going to scroll down past the pictures, and right here it says Upload your own image. You're going to click on that image to open it up, and then you're going to find the one you just downloaded. And there it is. I just dropped that image in there of the one I downloaded for Washington. Now there's 3 buttons. There's a trash button, an edit, and an upload. So first I want to hit the edit button, the pencil in the middle, and then I can adjust it to see what I want. If I want to get more pictures, if I want to get more ocean, I can do whatever, and then I hit confirm. And this would now be my background banner in my KVCore when someone comes to my website when it rotates through. Now, of course, I'm not in Washington, so I'm not going to upload it. And then you would hit the up button. And then you just hit save up here. And as you go up here, you can see there's a whole bunch of stock pictures that KVCore gives you. If you click on each of these little check marks, these pictures rotate through. So come up here, make sure you save it, and then rotate through and check your checks to make sure everything is checked and everything is good. Right? And that's how you can rotate. See all these pictures I have rotating through my KVCore. I have a whole bunch of them. Whatever shows me, everything like that. You don't need to worry, Jane, about doing the picture of the size or anything. It will auto resize according to that gray, that light box. So again, when you click on the picture and it opens up the picture, and then what you're asking here, it shows this is what it's going to see right here. It'll automatically put it in there. You don't need to worry about auto sizing anything. That's why you grab those pictures from Unsplash. Now we do, it sounds silly we have to say, but if you have your own pictures, of course, you can put your own homes. Make sure they're clean. I helped someone do it and he tried to put inappropriate pictures. So it sounds silly we have to say that, but it was an old cowboy, so he wasn't thinking right. So make sure he got beat up too many times. So make sure you're clean and you have good pictures that show you and show your background and show your personality. Now the other reason we do that is every picture here on Unsplash, you see this one is RC Victorino, this guy's Dave. These are actually people who, see right here, he has his website and you can look at his profile. So if you use the picture, and you notice I didn't change the name of the picture. By keeping the name the same and loading up that picture, I now tag that picture with the guy's name in the back end of my KVCore. So if somebody searches for pictures by RC Victorino, they're now going to find my KVCore as a place where that picture sits. So they'll find his website, but they'll also find mine because that acts as a search engine keyword by having his name embedded in the picture on my website. All right, I know we're going through a lot. Okay, any questions right now before we jump into the next thing? Okay, great. And you can tag yourself with your own picture if you want. All right, let me get back to here. We got that, we got that. Okay, I'm going to click Web and IDX one more time. So again, click Web and IDX one more time, none of the drop downs. And then here next to your right, it says Custom Pages. All right, let me throw in the custom page I want you guys to have so we can fix it real quick. And when you click on Custom Pages, it's going to open up these custom pages. What this is, I'm just showing you right now. What the Custom Pages is, let me just grab this URL, is right here when you go to Resources, Our Resources, it lets you load up all of your vendors on your website. So on your profile, you can only have one lender connected to your account at a time. You can only have one lender. But this here on your website, you can have all of your lenders connected. So if you need a home warranty, if you need roof repair, you should have 3, of course, of each. In Texas, we have 3 anyway. And then I would say, like, if I click home inspections, it will open up and have the name and everything of 3 people in there they could pick from. And the other thing you can do is you can just grab this link here and send it to your client. And they can't say that they never gave you anything. Right now we have an issue because we had such a tight market in Texas where people are saying we didn't offer me a home warranty. And then they're trying to sue the agent when something happens. So this protects you because you can say, I sure did. I gave you this link right here as a home warranty and you turned it down. So it's one of the ways to help protect you to cover CYA. but this is also a great way. You want to have every vendor you can think of in here. So you see I have roof, electrical, plumbing, lenders, inspectors, title, everything you can think of that you would use for your movers, cleaners, anything you can think of. You should try to get 3 of them and put them in here, because you want to be known as, my clients always laugh because they're, I need this help. I'm like, I got a guy for that. I got a guy for that. Have a guy for everything. Is, you know, a guy, girl, whatever. Have that for everything. You have that person you can use for anything you need. I have clients that have closed 10 years ago that still call me and say, Andrew, my roof is screwed up. What do I do? And then I say, well, let me send you my guy. Let me send you my guy. And I send them my roofer person over. And by doing that, I can have a conversation and say, you know what? Are you sick of cleaning up your home? Let's get you sold and put you in a new home. And then boom, I've gotten a couple listings out of that. So if you show your value, so we're going to start talking a little bit about marketing. We're going to slowly get into that. So in marketing, we call it your value proposition. What would set you apart from other agents? What makes you different? What value do you bring to the table? If all you can say is that you're good with customer service, that's not a value. That's what every agent should be doing. I know sadly they're not, which is really sad. They should be, but they're not. So that's great that you're doing that, but not every agent is, but that's not a value. So if you can't answer a question, if you're sitting at a listing appointment and they say, Andrew, why should I go with you? What's the reason I would go with you instead of Denise? You know, she's a managing broker. You're not. You're just an associate broker. What's the reason you do? What do you bring of value to me that another agent can't? So we're going to start talking about that in a minute and show you some value stuff you can do. All right, so before we get into that too much, sorry, I don't want to get sidetracked. I get excited. So here with our resources, you're going to load up all your resources. Again, you get them. I'll go again how to get it. You're on Web and IDX, none of the drop downs. To the right of your picture, it says Custom Pages, and you're going to hit View Edit. And then you just go here to New Page. The one link that I do want to share with everybody, let me grab it real quick and drop it in that sheet. If you go to the sheet and click on this link, this is called your career page. And you can just click on mine and open it up. And then at the top where it has my name, I just highlighted it, just put your name in there. This is the same name that's in your EXP email. No dots, no spaces, just put your name in there. And then once you do that, this page will be branded to you. Now, if the phone number is wrong or anything like that, you can just reach out to tech support. They'll clean up the phone number for you. It just means you have a wrong one on file. Not a big deal. But the good thing about this, if someone's interested in EXP and learning more, you can just send them this link. It already has all of the slide presentations, you know, the model explained. You can send that, of course. You should send that as well when you're doing recruiting. And then it has all this here, as you can see. All explains everything, gives them a good overview of EXP. And the link is right here and it's branded to you. Now, when someone says apply as an agent, they do have to put you as a sponsor, of course. But this should be the reason I'm showing you this. This should be one of your links on your custom pages. Like right here, I have it all you want to know about EXP. And that's my link. So the way you add a custom page is you click New Page here in the top right. And then when you click New Page and it opens up, you need to name it something like lenders or whatever. And then to the right, you have to go and do the category to the right. You can't do the category to the left. It's just a weird thing KVCore does. You have to put it to the right. And then for the content, like this isn't letting me, so I'd have to refresh because it's not letting me type in there. Sometimes it does that. You have to just close and come back in. And then you would put the lender's name, company, email, phone, website, put a space. And then lender number 2, name, company, email, phone, website, space, lender number 3, etc. Don't worry about putting anything in the URL. Just put them all right here. If you put anything in the URL, when they click the link, it's only going to go to that URL. It's not going to go anywhere else and they won't see anything here. So if you have a list of 3 vendors and stuff, this is where you're going to put them and you're not going to write anything here. If you're just doing the link here for like my career page, let me copy that and show you. Then you would put it here at the bottom. And when they click on the link here, right here is where they would go, right? That's the only difference. Again, the title would be here. The lender would be on the lender or whatever would be on the right. You'd put 3 in here. And then don't worry about any of this stuff at the bottom. It has nothing to do with what you need to worry about. And then just hit save. And then it will be on your website. All right. Put as many as you can. People like to see this. And it also lets your lenders and everyone else if you put their websites and they're connected now to your KVCore, let me see who my home inspectors I have up here. For example, Your Time Home Inspection is one of the biggest home inspectors in San Antonio right now. Huge. Lone Star Inspection is so is BBG. All these ones, I have their websites you see in here. These websites, and because their names are now keywords, of course, with Google. So if someone now searches for Your Time Home Inspection, I have them listed as my vendors. Now I can piggyback on these people SEO, their search engine. So we call that SEO piggybacking. So I can piggyback here on their SEO score that they already have, and my website will now be found better because I now have these vendors and these lenders in here. So it's going to be really nice to be able to load these up. So take the time. Again, the first thing I showed you was your profile. After that is your keywords and page text. Those two things are probably the most important things I'm going to show you to get your website cleaned up and so people can find you so you're not a secret agent. The next really important thing is to get your vendors loaded up. If you don't have your vendors, you don't have a connection and you can't connect to anybody. All right. I don't want to get into too much other crazy stuff. That's a really, if you have that much set up with your KVCore, you're going to be 99% ahead of almost everybody I help set up their KVCore over the whole United States and Canada. And I help hundreds of people literally. So it's crazy. So if you don't use your own, so Jane, that's a good question. You can use your SEO. You can still put the keywords and page text into your SEO, but whoever your webmaster is, there's a spot to do that. You'd have to reach out. So if you have a vanity site and you don't use the KVCore site, it's up to you to put your keywords and page text through your webmaster. And whoever that is, either GoDaddy or whoever's hosting can help you answer those and get you set up that way and take care of it. All right, so the next thing I want to show you that's going to get you more into the marketing side, whoop, let me not close that one out, is going over here to ChatGPT. So if you don't know what ChatGPT is, let me get rid of this so I can show you. It's an artificial intelligence, and it's a free artificial intelligence. So go ahead, if you haven't signed up, if you search, it'll say like OpenAI ChatGPT. You go there, you sign up, and you log in. Now, the other thing, this is going to be a game changer for you, is you want to use this Chrome plugin. It's called AIPRM. Just search that. It has to be on Chrome or Edge. I know you Mac users use Safari a lot. This will not work on Safari. You have to be in Chrome or Edge. And you have to have ChatGPT open already. Okay, that's the important thing. Go to ChatGPT, the basic version that's free, open it up and have it open. Then search AIPRM. Get the plugin. Once you get the plugin, you're going to have it boom and it's going to be set up and it's going to look like this. The way AI works correctly is you have to tell it exactly what you want it to do and break it down and make it idiot proof, so to say, there's no confusion. They have to know exactly what's going on. But the good thing about ChatGPT and this AIPRM, all these break it down for you. All right, so this is where we're going to start talking about different things. So one of the things I want to show, can someone tell me what's one of the issues people have right now in buying or selling their home in Washington State? What do you think, Denise? What are you seeing? Or anybody? There's no issues. An issue anyone might have buying or selling a home right now in Washington State, one of the big ones. Finding inventory, okay?
For me, I work a lot with the military, and the price of the homes are a little bit
a little over, okay.
So and inventory is another one.
Okay. So if you're looking for, it sounds like inventory, well, let's see a lot of inventory. So that sounds like that's trending.
Definitely high interest rates is taking away their purchase power.
Okay. So for inventory, it would be great to be a listing agent, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if you wanted to show your value, if you have a book you could give somebody and you just go right here, write a complete book in one click, and then we would call it something like How to Sell Your Home for the Most Money. And then you're going to hit return or enter, and literally this AIPM plugin through ChatGPT, there it is. It's going to build you these 15 chapters, and there it is. And it's going to write the whole book for you right now. All right. So once you have the whole book written, like you can see it building the whole book right now, it's doing the intro. Once it stops each section, you have to hit continue generating. I'll show you where that is in a second. and then it's going to go through. See right here, it's built as much as it can. You hit continue generating, and it's just going to keep going. And then boom. And then right here, so I'm going to hit continue and see if it'll let me continue. And there it is, chapter 2. And now it's getting into chapter 2. And if you continue, it's going to expand every chapter like that till I have 15 chapters of how to sell your home for the best price. Now, if you all put the same answer, the same question in, it's going to give you different answers. It won't be the exact same for everybody. It automatically changes its way it says it. And then what you're going to do when it's done writing the whole thing, you're going to take it and put it into a Microsoft Word document, all right? The plugin is AIPRM. Okay, AIPRM. And then you're going to take your, once you have the whole book written, like see it's cruising right now. Now I'm already on chapter 3. And then boom. And it's going to be 1,000 words or so. Each chapter will be 1,000 words or so. Once you put it in Microsoft Word and you have all these chapters, you're going to go through and clean it up so it's formatted nicely, 12 point Times New Roman, make sure the chapters look good. If you want to put an outline in the front, you can. And then what you're going to do with that book, you're going to take it to Amazon KDP, it's called. And I'll type the plugin name in that as well. So the plugin is AIPRM. And then you want Amazon KD. Oh, I'm clicking around. Sorry, I clicked off. Amazon KDP. And the reason we're using that for the Amazon KDP one is this is how you print a book on Amazon. So you're going to take your book that you just wrote through ChatGPT right here. And as you can see right now, I literally have half a book written without doing anything except talking to you. You're going to take the book that's written, you're going to put it on Amazon, and you're going to actually publish as a published author. It'll take you maybe 20 minutes to have a book published. And then once you publish the book, you can actually print, there's a thing called author copies, and you say, I want to get so many copies of this book, and they'll mail them to you at printing cost, so it's very inexpensive. And then you'll have this 40, 50 page book that you can take to all of your presentations. When you talk to your friends, you can give this out and you can sign it like you're all fancy author. Like, oh, thank you, Andrew Moore, whatever. And then you can give that to everybody. And as you can see, it's really easy. That does everything for you. And as you can see, I'm going to keep this book myself. I did one on marketing. I loaded it up there and I sold the copy the same day. So you actually make money as well. Yeah, and you want to make sure you check the book out to make sure it's legit. But they are legit. I've checked them a couple different ones. But again, remember, most people aren't going to read the book. What are they looking for? They're going to say, what do you do different, Andrew, than every other agent that's here talking to me about selling my home? Or I can say, well, not only do I have experience, blah, 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 but I'm also a published author, and here's a copy of my book. And they're going to be like, oh my goodness, you must know something. You wrote a book. It sounds silly, but people get really excited about it. And it'll get you a lot of listing things and things like that. And then you get a copy there. It's not dishonest, nope, because it's ChatGPT. You're the one. So when you write this book, this is now my information. I'm not plagiarizing anything like that. I know that's probably a lot of people ask that. There's no plagiarism involved or anything else. Okay. If it makes you feel better, Amanda, you can tell them, hey, I used AI and I wrote a book and went through it, and here's a copy of it. But it's your book. You just went through it and you worked it. So just continue that way, and you just have the book. That's why we have these tools now. So then once you get this book and you're good, that's one of the ways you can do it. Now, another way that you can go through and use this, so you have the book, you have the link, you can take your Google, when you have the Microsoft Word sheet all cleaned up, you can put that in your Google Drive like I shared with you guys, that sheet here, and you can put it in there all loaded up. And then you would go to your KVCore and you would go to Lead Engine, Build Landing Page right here. And then the landing page, when it opens up, you would write a landing page offering people a copy of your free book. And you would say, have you ever thought about selling your home, or get my free book that has the top 15 secrets to make the most money of selling your free home? They'd give you their email, their cell phone, and when they click see the link, you're going to put this URL, which would be the book link right here. So once you drop this in a Google Drive, you just go here to share, and then you make sure that the share link says open for anyone, and then you just copy that link. And that would be the book link, and you would drop it in there. And the link right here where it says URL after login. And then you can go through and you can share the book, and people can click it. Because remember, you have to have something. People want to be getting something in order to do it. We call it an emotional deposit in sales. So if you're giving somebody a copy of a digital book or something like that, they're going to want to give you something back, which would be an appointment, of course. And then they could click because you know they want to sell their home because they just got a copy of your book. And that's an easy way to go through. You get the book, you get it built, you go here and you knock it out. Okay, very simple, very easy way to get a copy and to get some leads coming in that way using. And then of course the next thing to do, once the leads come in, you want to go to KVCore and go to marketing, smart campaigns. And if you don't have some basic campaigns turned on, I'll put in there I'll put at the sheet the 4 you should have. Right here where it says KVCore library, right here is where you're going to find the campaigns. So I'll give you the link to the campaigns, and I'll also give you the link to a seller one. And then to add the campaign, you're going to go here under these 2 squares, the copy, and you're going to click the campaign link I'll put in the bottom of that sheet. And then you're going to paste it. And then it's going to say, are you sure you want to clone this campaign? And you're going to hit yes. And what that one is, it's a seller campaign that goes out for, it's called bestseller campaign. It goes out for about 1.5 years to convince people to sell their home with you. But it's not like a heavy marketing one like, hey, sell, sell, sell. It talks about like, hey, you need to clean your counter. You need to have your walls a good color. It gives through, I built it with an interior decorator. So it goes through decorating tips every 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a couple weeks for a whole 1.5 years. So it's an easy way when people are thinking of selling their home, you're giving them value again. Now, of course, you have the book and you have all that. And then at that point, you're going to be going through and be able to watch these here. All right. I don't want to get too wild with that. But the other thing you're going to do once you get your correct KVCore library, you get your correct campaigns for buyers and sellers. If you want to create a custom campaign, then this is how you create a custom campaign. Like, for example, if I was going to go for a bestseller campaign, the one I just talked about, every day in my bestseller campaign is going to be here. It's going to be called a template. All right. And this is the link that I told you about. I'm going to drop it in right here at the bottom of your page real quick before I forget. This will just be bestseller campaign. There it is. So you just grab those weird letters and numbers like I showed you. You're going to go right here to copy, drop it in here, paste it, and then hit yes, clone. Takes 2 to 3 minutes, and then it'll be there. All right, very simple. So now that's taken care of. So if you wanted to build a campaign when leads come in from your, right here, your free book or whatever you want to do, you would have them hashtagged, like free seller book or whatever you want to hashtag your book. And then you would clean up your thing. If you don't know how to build a landing page, go to my KVCore. We don't have time today to build a landing page. So go there, watch my YouTube videos. I go very in depth of all the different ways to help you be able to understand how to do it. And then you'll get the leads. Now, once the leads come in, each one of these days you have to build separate. These are again called the template. So what you would do is you would go and you would pull a new, I'm just putting it here so you can see it. This would be a new blank Excel document, say Microsoft Word, anything like that, all that. Yeah, and then you can go here. Now, if you go here, this would be when you do a template, you have to say, if like the first one might be a text, it might go out immediately, and you need a title, and then you need the message. And then the message, of course, would be one of your value propositions. So if you had someone selling a home, they might want to know what it's worth. So your first message might be like, thank you for reaching out and getting a copy of my book. Would you like for me to send you a free value of your home? And you might be like, wow, that'd be crazy. So if you go right here to marketing and just click marketing by itself, right here in KVCore, you have a free save CMA builder. So you go to marketing, none of the drop downs, and click get started on CMA builder. And all you have to do is put your person's name and the address, and it gives you a CMA. And it's pretty good. It's not perfect. But again, you don't have to be perfect when you're just starting to talk to them. The whole goal is to make an appointment. If you're not going to sit down in front of the person and go through the presentation, your listing presentation, you're not going to get jack. If they won't make an appointment, they're not serious. Don't waste your time. Appointments equal contracts. That's how life works. All right. And then leads equal appointments. That should be a very simple marketing strategy. Leads equal appointments, appointments equal contracts. That's your golden nugget for the day. If you can do that, if that's all you get out of this presentation, you're rocking. You're rocking it. You're going to kick some ass. Go do it. Okay. So once you have that and you have it built and you're ready to build your, let me find the one I started over here. Sorry, it takes a second for the computer to catch up. Come on. You're going to start thinking of that. So the first one might be a text message. The next one would be an email, and it would go out maybe 3 days later, and then you would have a title again, and then you would have a message. And your message might be like, did you get a chance to get my free value of your home? If not, here's a free link. And on your website, if you go to your website again, you click on your name, you go 3 down, opens your website. Where would you get the link where people can click? Right here where it says sell. You click sell at the top of your website, and this would be the link you drop into that email. And this gives people a free CMA through your website. All right, I don't want to get too much into that, but it's going to go wild. Okay, so this would be another link to connect to get free leads through your website through KVCore. And then once you have that there and you built out, sorry, let me get to the right one. You build out your messages, you're going to go to KVCore. And then once you're here under Marketing Smart Campaigns, this is how you do campaigns. You'd go here to templates, and then you would just add those templates you just built. And then once you, I know we're short on time, so once you add the templates you just built, you would go here to add campaign, and then you would hit add trigger, and this would be your hashtag. So your hashtag would be free seller guide or whatever it would be. And then you would go through, let me just do what, I'm not going to really do it. And then you would hit next, and then it would be for a seller. And then of course you would name it and put a description. And then you would go through next. And then once you have a description, you hit finish. And then once you hit finish and it goes through and pops up, just go right here, this is it. It'll open up, you'll find the name, you'll click on the name, and it'll be blank. And then you're just going to hit add action. And whatever you name those templates, you just drop them in. And then you'd have your whole campaign built out. And on my YouTube channel, again, I go into more detail, or you guys can reach out and we can help you do that. All right, I know we went over like a million things today. I didn't even cover everything that I wanted to, but that's okay. And then the other thing I just want to show you is a marketing plan on ChatGPT. If you go back to ChatGPT, I'm letting it finish a book, and you go up here at the top and you go to marketing, and then on the right, you put in the word plan. This will give you a marketing plan like right here, a comprehensive marketing plan in seconds. So all you have to do is put in your website, which would be right here for me. Let me go back and get my real website. And then it will give you a marketing plan based on your website. And there's my website. And there it goes. And now it's going to build me a whole marketing plan based on my website. And there it is, boom. And there it goes right there. It's going to build the whole thing out for me. So if you're not sure where to start, get a marketing plan first. And you can ask it for different things. And if your website sucks, you're like, my website's terrible, I don't know what to do. Google search who's the top realtor in San Antonio, and then take their website and build a marketing plan based off their website. You don't have to build it off yours. You can use anyone's website to build a plan off of, because you don't use their website. You just use that for the background for that right there. Okay. Yeah, sorry if you're on a phone. That's rough. All right, guys. Do you have any questions? I'm going to stop there before I jump into anything else. I know I went over a lot really quick, so I'm going to answer any questions. I know we'll post a recording, and I'm recording it as well, so I'll put it also on my YouTube channel. So, and you guys can speak up if you want and ask anything, and I'll try to answer it real quick.
Okay, any questions for Andrew? I know that was a lot, and I just want to remind you, this is recorded. He really does this in a 2-day class and gives a lot of more information, but he was kind enough to come in and just kind of give our brokers an overview, because we have so many questions on KVCore and there's so many great things about it. So this is recorded. It will be put up on the Washington State Group Workplace page for you to go back and then play the video at your pace. Okay, any questions?
Yeah, I do. AIPRM. I went in. Did you say that it doesn't work on Chrome?
It only works on Chrome and Edge.
Okay. When I went to log in, it only has the Chrome symbol. It doesn't have Edge.
Yeah. Well, if you're in Edge, Edge lets you put Chrome extensions on them.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep.
questions out there. When is the next class? Judy says. We are always trying to get trainings and people that are with EXP in here to teach and give their knowledge. We have an amazing brokerage where everybody loves to collaborate here at EXP. So we will definitely get another KVCore class on the books. And if Andrew wants to do like a part 2, then we'd love to have you too, Andrew.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't mind. I did that. I did it for express offers. We can do a little more marketing, a little more in depth.
Okay.
Whatever you think would be better for your state. And everyone who's here today is the ones who would set the class. If you tell me what you need and you give me topics, we can. I build Google pay-per-click, Facebook ads. We do Google My Business is a free thing. Anything you think, if you want just free marketing, there's tons of ways. Or if you want to pay to get that, it just doesn't matter how you want to do it. We can design another hour. As you can see, in an hour, you can't really cover a lot. That's why I usually do it for a 2-day class.
Right.
Because it's crazy,
Okay, so
I know.
You know what? I will look at our calendar and see if we can get Andrew back for a part 2 series. If anybody here has some specific questions, please email wa.broker@exprealty.net with your suggestions of what you'd like to learn from Andrew, and we'll do our best to see if we can put something together and have him back. So again, that was wa.broker@exprealty.net. And let us know what you'd like to hear from Andrew, and then I will work with him to get him back.